Silence can win battles that shouting never will. In a world where everyone is screaming to be heard, the loudest voice usually belongs to the weakest mind. The person who needs to talk the most is often the one who understands the least. But the one who stays silent, calm, still, unfazed, that's the one who holds power. If you master silence, you master yourself. And if you master yourself, nothing can master you. Today you're going to learn 6 life-changing moments where silence is not only your best weapon, it's your only one. You'll walk away with a mindset that separates you from the crowd. You'll know exactly when to hold your words, protect your energy, and dominate without ever raising your voice. Number 1. When someone criticizes you. When you're criticized, most people rush to speak. They explain, defend, justify. It's almost automatic. But what you might not realize is this: the very act of explaining yourself to someone who doesn't respect you is a trap. The moment you start defending your choices, your character, your name, you've already handed over power. People who criticize you unfairly are rarely trying to help you. Most of the time, they're projecting their own frustration. They don't see you clearly. They see a distorted version of themselves through you. They judge your growth because they fear their own stagnation. Your confidence reminds them of their self-doubt. Your movement exposes their laziness. Your wins feel like threats to their ego. Criticism isn't always about what you did wrong. It's often about what they can't do right. And when you respond emotionally, when you let their noise shake your peace, you confirm to them that they've gotten under your skin. Now they're in control. That's why silence in these moments is not avoidance. It's discipline. It's strategy. You owe explanations to no one who hasn't earned the right to understand you, especially not the people who talk behind your back or throw opinions from the sidelines while doing nothing themselves. Think of the quiet builder, the person who rises early, works hard, says little, but achieves much. People will still criticize them. Too quiet, too cold, too ambitious, but they don't answer. Why? Because they're too busy building. They're not wasting time explaining the blueprint to someone who's never built a thing. Criticism can only hurt when you let it define you. But when you're grounded in who you are and what you're building, silence speaks louder than any defense. It says, "Your opinion is irrelevant to my path." People don't forget how you react to criticism. Silence becomes a language. It speaks volumes about your character. It shows emotional intelligence, composure, and maturity in a world addicted to reactions. Stay quiet long enough, and you'll see how the critics start doubting themselves. You won't need to prove them wrong. Time will do that for you. Silence lets time work in your favor. Train yourself to listen without defending, to absorb without reacting. Not everything thrown at you deserves to be caught. Some things are meant to be left untouched, and silence is how you drop them. It's not just about rising above drama. It's about choosing where your energy goes. Every time you argue with someone beneath your level of awareness, you come down to their level. Every time you explain yourself to someone who isn't listening, you disrespect your own growth. Make silence your first response, not your last resort. Let people misunderstand you. Let them talk. Their words say more about them than you. And you're too focused, too grounded, too powerful to waste breath on what doesn't build you. Number 2. When people brag too much. There's a strange silence that comes when you're in the presence of someone who's truly confident. It's not loud, it's not flashy, it's quiet, calm, unshaken. Because real confidence doesn't need validation. It's self-made, solid, rooted. Now compare that to people who brag non-stop about their money, status, connections, possessions. They drop names, flash watches, mention numbers. You've seen it at work, in social circles, even online, and you instantly feel it. Something's off. It doesn't feel powerful, it feels desperate. That's because it is. Bragging is not a sign of success. It's a cry for attention. People don't brag because they feel strong. They brag because deep down they feel unseen, insecure. They're hoping that if they talk loud enough, someone will finally believe them, including themselves. But the ones who've truly made it, the ones who've done the inner work, built something real, they don't need to say much. They let the results speak. They let their presence talk. They don't chase validation because they know who they are. Now here's where you come in. When people brag around you, don't compete. Don't one-up. Don't try to match their energy. Stay silent. Hold your peace. Watch what happens. Your silence is a mirror they can't escape. It makes them uncomfortable. It exposes the noise in their own ego. And most importantly, it elevates you. You become the person they can't figure out, the one who doesn't play the game. And that's power. Because the most dangerous person in the room isn't the loudest. It's the one who observes, calculates, measures. While everyone else is trying to be seen, you're already ahead. Because your silence makes people want to know more. They lean in. They wonder. And that mystery, that tension, that's leverage. You never need to say how great you are. Let the results show. Let the discipline speak. Let your consistency be louder than any sentence. People trust the quiet one. They feel safe around the person who doesn't need to be the center of attention. And in a world full of noise, that trust is rare. It's magnetic. So the next time someone tries to impress you, don't flinch, don't fold, don't try to join the circus. Just nod, let them perform, and stay grounded. Because you're not in the room to be seen. You're in the room because you belong. Number 3, when you are very angry. Anger makes people say things they regret, do things they can't take back, destroy relationships they care about. And in every single case, it starts with one decision: choosing to speak before thinking. You've felt it, that fire rising in your chest, that tight grip in your jaw, that boiling heat in your mind. You're triggered, and the words are ready, sharp, fast, brutal. You could tear someone down in a second, and part of you wants to. But deep down, another part of you knows. Once you say it, you can't unsay it. Once it's out, it's real, and you own the consequences. That's why silence in anger is one of the greatest displays of strength you'll ever show. Most people live at the mercy of their reactions. They're slaves to their emotions. Someone disrespects them, they snap. Someone disagrees, they explode. They think being loud means being strong. But strength is when you feel every ounce of rage and choose not to act on it. Silence when angry is not suppression, it's control. It means you feel it, but you're not owned by it. You've trained yourself to pause, not pounce, to reflect, not react. In fact, silence when you're angry is one of the few ways you gain immediate respect. When someone expects a meltdown and you deliver calm, you flip the script. You make them rethink everything they thought they knew about you. You don't win arguments by overpowering people. You win by outclassing them. If someone pushes your buttons and you respond with peace, they lose all leverage. Their fuel runs out. Their need for drama collapses. And you walk away with dignity. People who always have something to prove can't stay quiet, but those who are at peace with who they are, they don't need to prove anything. And when angry, they don't let emotions speak for them. They let silence protect them. So build the habit, feel the heat, and pause. Breathe. Don't talk. Don't explain. Let the silence give you space to think. You'll notice something powerful. The more you hold your tongue in moments of rage, the stronger your voice becomes in moments of clarity. Because the loudest voice in the room is never as powerful as the quiet one who chooses when to speak, and always says something worth listening to. Number 4. When lies are said about you. It's one thing to be criticized, it's another to be lied about. There's a special kind of anger that comes from knowing someone is twisting your name, inventing stories, rewriting your truth behind your back. And the worst part, you can't always defend yourself. You can't be everywhere. You can't control what people say. But here's the truth no one wants to admit. Trying to correct every lie is a losing game. It drags you down. It makes you look desperate. It wastes your time, your focus, your peace. Because the moment you start chasing false narratives, you shift from creating your life to reacting to someone else's fiction. When someone lies about you, stay calm, stay silent. Silence doesn't mean you agree. Silence means you're too focused on the truth to entertain the lie. And trust me, the truth always reveals itself, not instantly, but inevitably. Lies need your attention to stay alive. Gossip feeds off reactions. When you give it nothing, it dies, slowly, quietly, powerfully. People who lie about others are showing you exactly who they are. They're loud because they fear exposure. They twist because they can't handle their own truth. Don't be like them. Don't step into their game. Stand tall in yours. If you chase every rumor, you lose your way. If you focus on your values, your purpose, your vision, the lies lose power. The only way they can hurt you is if you abandon your own direction to go defend something that never deserved your time. Let your work talk. Let your presence silence the noise. Let your results make people question every false word they heard. Because when people see you growing, building, moving, achieving, the lies fall apart on their own. Think of the strongest people you admire. Leaders, creators, builders. Do they argue online? Do they answer every attack? Number, because they know who they are, and they know time proves what words can't. If someone spreads lies about you, don't fight them. Outgrow them. Live in a way that makes their words look stupid. Let your life become so undeniable that defending yourself becomes unnecessary. And the people who really matter, the ones who care, the ones who know your heart, they'll never believe gossip anyway. And the ones who believe lies, you don't need them around. You're not losing support. You're making space. So the next time your name is in someone's mouth, ask yourself, do I water weeds or grow trees? Because truth doesn't scream, it stands. And when you live in truth, your silence becomes louder than any lie ever spoken. Number 5. When words can't fix things. Some moments in life are so raw, so deep, so personal, that words become useless. They fall short. They sound hollow. You want to explain. You want to find the right thing to say. But nothing feels right, because some situations aren't meant to be fixed with words. Maybe someone betrayed you. Maybe you lost someone. Maybe life just punched you in the chest and knocked the wind out of you. And everyone's talking, throwing advice, quotes, prayers, platitudes. You don't need that. You don't want that. What you need, what the other person might need, is space, stillness, quiet. The kind of silence that holds you, not the kind that avoids you. When someone is in pain, your words might not reach them, but your silence can. Not the kind that ignores, the kind that honors, that says, you don't have to perform, you don't have to explain. I'm here, and I'm not going anywhere. People try to solve emotional wounds like math problems. They rush to fix what's not theirs to fix. But healing doesn't come from words. It comes from presence, from allowing the pain to speak without interruption. That's why silence is powerful here. When words can't fix it, silence can hold it. If you've ever broken down and someone just sat with you, no speeches, no solutions, just stillness, you know what that feels like. It's safe, it's real, it gives you room to feel without shame. And when you're the one hurting, silence lets you meet yourself without judgment. It gives you space to breathe. It allows grief to move through you instead of being buried under noise. Talking too soon can block the healing. Explaining too fast can delay acceptance. Sometimes the best thing you can do is be quiet and listen to your soul, to your body, to the pain that needs to pass through. There's strength in silence that few ever find. But once you find it, you'll never go back, because you'll realize that not everything broken needs to be spoken over. Some things just need time, space, and the quiet presence of someone who understands. So when words fail, don't panic. Let them fail. Let silence speak instead. Because in those quiet moments, transformation begins. Not because you said something, but because you didn't. Number 6. When someone insults you. You're walking into a room, you've done nothing wrong. Someone throws a low blow, an insult, a jab. Maybe it's subtle, maybe it's loud, but it hits. And instantly, your heart rate jumps, your pride gets touched, your ego wants revenge. But here's where everything changes. How you respond in that moment says more about you than the insult ever could. People who insult others are starved for control. They want attention. They want to drag you down. They want to create drama because their lives are small and conflict makes them feel alive. Don't give it to them. Silence when insulted is pure, unshakable power. It's not that you couldn't destroy them with words, it's that you chose not to. And that choice, that's what makes you different. When you stay silent in the face of disrespect, you shift the balance. The person trying to get a reaction now looks ridiculous. Everyone sees it. You don't need to fight. Your silence does the talking. You're not afraid. You're not weak. You're focused. You understand the game. And you refuse to be pulled into a battle that has no reward. If you argue, you lower your standards. If you retaliate, you give away peace. If you lash out, you lose control. But if you stay calm, completely silent, you protect your energy and rise above the trap. Don't explain, don't defend, don't respond. Just smile or say nothing at all. It shakes them because they expected a reaction and all they got was presence, confidence, maturity. Insults are tools of the powerless. Real power doesn't need to tear others down. It builds, it uplifts, it walks away when needed. So the next time someone disrespects you, pause. Feel the emotion, but don't let it own you. Let it pass through like a wave. And let your silence be the proof that nothing they say can touch who you are. You know your worth. You know your focus. You know your future. And none of that is up for debate. Every time you choose silence, you build discipline. Every time you stay quiet, you sharpen your focus. Every time you walk away from noise, you step closer to mastery. Silence is not empty. It is full of answers. You don't have to speak to be powerful. You don't have to react to be respected. You don't have to shout to be heard. The world is noisy. The world is reactive. The world is addicted to drama. You don't have to be. You can move in silence, win in silence, heal in silence. And when the time is right, speak with impact. If this message spoke to you, support the channel. By subscribing, liking, and sharing, you're not just helping us grow. You're helping this wisdom reach people who are drowning in noise, desperate for clarity. You help someone silent right now find their voice through discipline. You help us keep giving these messages for free to many who need it.